And here we go again. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Daniel Pineda, Craig.
My name's Adele Quo.
Indeed you are, Daniel Pineda. Hey, Adele, and all of you.
Hey, Adele.
Hey, Adele.
Hey.
This is our last show in March, so that's why we're unexpectedly giddy tonight. I don't know why we are.
Springtime, baby.
Our last show in March, so we thank you for joining us and watching, being loyal viewers, both of you, for the Arlington Weekly News here. News and Community Bulletin Board. And as you may have noticed, Adele Quo is here for another installment of
It's Easy Being Green.
Indeed it is. We've almost got that down.
Settle down now.
Settle down. CBB, as I mentioned. Roland Denise is looking at JOA, a play that she's reviewing, a News for Seniors segment, and then some AIM Blues, the AIM Blues music to wrap things up. So that's our show. But before we begin, social media reminder time.
We got the blues here
Pineda.
at Arlington Weekly News. Well, Craig, you can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our very own YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. Come on, Adele. You have to pick up now. Or you can watch us, or you can see us on facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News. Craig, the radio.
And also on the radio, WERA 96.7 LP FM. Check us out. We're in your ear. All right, here we go now. The first of our news items. Well, a cooperative program between the Arlington County Police and Arlington County Witness Program is providing bar patrons with a discreet way to get help. It's called, and we're quoting now, Ask for Angela. Here's the idea that a customer who is concerned about an unwelcome sexual advance or who just wants a safe ride home can go to a restaurant staffer and ask for Angela, which is code for I need help. Participating establishments in Arlington include Bar Bio, Courthouse Social, Crystal City Sports Pub, Don Tito's, Freddy's Beach Bar, Liberty Tavern, Mexicali Blues, O'Sullivan's Irish Pub, Roadside Grill, and WOW, Whitlow's on Wilson, one of our favorite places. There are other participating establishments identified by an accredited sticker, which you'll see in the establishment's window. Daniel.
Well, Craig, Bike Arlington has announced that they are joining Walk Arlington, the Rails to Trails Conservancy, and other friends for a midday cleanup of the Washington and Old Dominion Trail. The WNOD cleanup is part of the official opening day for trails, and that all takes place on Saturday, April the 13th. The time is 11 a.m., and the meeting place is at the Barcroft Sports and Fitness Center. That's located at 4200 South 4 Mile Run Drive. They say it's a great way to meet new people, enjoy the spring weather while doing some good for the trail. Hopefully the weather will also cooperate.
Cooperate, absolutely. Daniel, also in our news items, well, China's decision to stop importing recycled materials has resulted in a cost increase for many localities, including Arlington. I should say recycling materials. According to Arlington's Chief of Solid Waste, recyclables processing costs have risen from $15.73 per ton to $28.62 per ton. However, recyclables are still cheaper than trash, which costs the county $43.16 per ton. The possibility of ending glass recycling has also been risen as of last October, but a spokesperson for the Department of Environmental Services later said that the county is still studying that issue and has not made a decision on whether or not to remove glass from the recycling stream at this time. Daniel.
Well, Craig, someone apparently drove a sports utility vehicle in the 4 Mile Run in Bluemont Park last Wednesday. Details of how the crash actually happened were not available, but since the ground surrounding the incident is level, it seems unlikely the vehicle rolled into the creek by itself. The Arlington County Fire Department hazmat team was able to remove the vehicle using a crane and made efforts to minimize fluid leakage into the creek. Happily, no injuries were reported. At any rate, it makes for some, well, interesting pictures.
How did that car get there? Also in the news items, well, spring is finally here, we hope, and with it a chance for outdoor fun and exercise. Crystal City is offering what they call, and we're quoting now, low-key race every Friday starting April 5th. The 5K race starts at 6:30 in the late afternoon at Crystal City Courtyard Green. They're located at 2121 Crystal Drive in Arlington, and since it follows a circuit of sorts, the race finishes at the same location. The event is billed as the area's fittest happy hour because the event provides participants with tickets for exclusive bars after they finish the race. Registration cost is $25, but that's for a single race, or $75 to participate in all 4 races in April. You can look online at Crystal City 5K Fridays. And CBB is coming up right after we hear from Adele Quo and another installment of
It's Easy Being Green.
Hey, Adele.
Hey,
wow, that was a great
Here's
welcome.
Adele.
Nice and slow.
Thanks very much, and welcome back to It's Easy Being Green. My name is Adele Quo. Don't miss the family-friendly festival, Bluebells at the Bend. This is at Riverbend Park on April 6th, starting at 10 a.m. Joe Tree Frog invites you and your whole family to celebrate the stunning stands of our native Virginia bluebells that carpet the early spring forest along the Potomac River. You can enjoy wildflower walks, face painting live animals, moon bounce, live music, crafts, and food trucks. It's only $7 online until April 5th and $9 at the door. For more information, call 703-759-9018. There are many species of bluebells, but none so large, showy, and colorful to be revered and considered the royal queen of spring ephemerals as our native Virginia bluebell. Botanical name is Mertensia virginica. One of the most interesting and colorful aspects of this flower is watching the flowers change from pink to blue. On a Fairfax Park Takes walk, I chewed on a Virginia bluebell leaf to experience it tasted of oysters. Hence, one of its common names is oyster leaf. Also known as lungwort, for supposedly treating lung ailments, Native Americans used the roots to treat tuberculosis, whooping cough, and other ailments. After you've seen our prettiest native wildflower at Bluebells at the Bend, you'll probably want to add them to your garden. So here are my tips on how to plant and use Virginia bluebells successfully in your landscape. Since these bluebells are found growing in our moist woodlands and along streams and rivers in sandy soil, they prefer deciduous shade in your garden and make an ideal underplanting for our native shrubs and trees such as the redbud, the serviceberry, and dogwood. You can plant the potted plants 10 to 18 inches apart after the last frost in spring in acidic or moist to wet humus-rich woodsy soil, typical of a woodland. They have few pests, and they are not favored by deer. So Virginia bluebells can be used in your borders or other beds where their lovely spring blooms can be enjoyed in early April to May. And taking our cue from nature, the other wildflowers found growing with the bluebells include Dutchman's breeches, spring beauty, trillium, bloodroot, and celandine poppy. Other shade-loving native perennials will fill in the gaps after the foliage dies back by midsummer, so you can interplant with the Appalachian false goldsbeard, that's our native astilbe, some bugbane, which is Simisafuga racemosa, some Solomon seal, and some ferns. So remember, it's easy being green, celebrating our native Virginia bluebells.
Bluebells are ringing.
That is so
For me,
beautiful.
over here.
Don't
That's
know
very
it.
emotional.
I'm trying to remember
I
the
don't
next
remember-
line.
Yeah, I don't recognize it, but what a beautiful
Sorry, you didn't remember. I barely recognize it
You
myself.
touched my heart.
Anyway, oyster leaf
Oyster
and
leaf.
lungwort just doesn't have quite the same ring as
It
bluebell.
does not, but,
Bluebell sounds really nice.
And no tough
Appreciate
names.
it.
No tough names this
Well,
month.
there's a few of them there. I didn't
Just
want to tackle
bluebells.
anything worse than lungwort. Okay. That's great. Thanks, Adele. We
Thank you, Adele.
appreciate it as always. Here we go as promised now, our CBB Community Bulletin Board file. Once again, it's time for the annual, quote-unquote now, Friends of the Library book sale. Here's your chance to choose among thousands of books, videos, CDs, records, posters, and magazines, all for a fraction of their original cost. The sale is open to the public, and it starts on Friday, April 5, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. in the parking garage level G1 of the Central Library there at 1015 North Quincy. The event continues through Sunday, April 7, which is also Half Price Day. So don't miss that. Check it out. Daniel.
When it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press. Well, Craig, here's a new family event that's more than just entertainment. It's called Families Giving Back, and it's a chance for families to complete multiple service projects together for the greater benefit of the community. Participating organizations include Arlington Police Department, Arlington Food Assistance Center, DPR Therapeutic Recreation, DPR Early Childhood Recreation. Families completing 3 or more projects will be given the chance to bounce on inflatables. That's coming up on Friday, April the 5th from 6 to 8 p.m. That's at the Arlington Mill Community and Senior Center and Park, located at 909 South Dinwiddie Street. The event, well, is free. Free.
Free, FREE free. Also in our CBB file, well, as the title character in Voltaire's literary classic Candide once said, and we quote now, "We must cultivate our garden." Of course, he said it in French, much better than I did, and he was also a fictional character, but still, he makes a good point. Anyway, there's a community garden that would benefit from a little help with cultivating and some TLC, and here's your chance to pitch in. There's even a place to share photos of your handiwork when you're done. And you can send them to this web address. It's also on your screen now and in your ear, WRCommunityGarden, all one word, at gmail.com. This event is coming up on Saturday, April 6, with a rain date of Sunday, April 7, from 9 to 11 a.m., 11:30 a.m., that is, in the morning at Walter Reed Community and Senior Center and Park, 2909 16th Street South. For more information, give Leanne Canuet a call at 703-228-0955. Here's Daniel with more.
That's Leanne Canuet. It's okay. Well, Craig, here's an intriguing event for kids in grades K through 5 who have trouble getting into reading. It's called Pause to Read, and it's a chance for the kids, well, to practice their reading to a patient, non-judgmental, attentive dog. According to one satisfied child participant, the dogs don't care if you read really, really bad, so you just, well, keep going. Studies have demonstrated that the kids show measurable improvement in reading fluency. That's on Saturday, Craig, on April the 6th from 3 to 4 p.m. at the Cherrydale Branch Library located at 2190 North Military Road. Some of you may be wondering if this approach would work with cats, but it seems unlikely that cats would get the same enjoyment out of reading, well, to dogs.
A non-judgmental dog. I know some dogs who would probably take issue with that. Stick around. News for Seniors is coming up right after we hear from Denise.
They do.
Here's Denise.
JQA, now playing at Arena Stage, is the latest in their Power Play initiative. It was written by local playwright and director Aaron Posner. In his playwright's note, Posner states that this play is not to be trusted as accurate in any way. He has imagined John Quincy Adams having conversations with his wife and parents and several great historical figures of his time. They start when he is a child talking to his father about the definition of government, and end the year before his death when he is speaking with Abraham Lincoln when they were both members of Congress. Jacqueline Correa, Eric Hissam, Phyllis Kay, and Joshua David Robinson are actors of different ages, and each one of them portrays Adams, as well as a couple of the other characters in the play. It's not a play with a continuous narrative, but rather a collection of scenes, each featuring Adams as he interacts with the others. The costume design by Helen Huang plays a big part in making these portrayals appear seamless and logical. When you enter the theater, the first thing you notice are 4 wine-colored coats hanging in a row center stage. When an actor is about to play Adams, they wear their designated coat. The set design by Megan Rahm is minimal, with props and furniture rolled center stage as needed. 4 theatrical dressing tables are spaced around the perimeter of the stage, where the actors retreat to dress as their next character. In both writing and directing JQA, Posner is illuminating the career of John Quincy Adams, our 6th president, son of our 2nd president, and lifelong diplomat, who was born into both privilege and public service. He was a one-term president who served in the House of Representatives after his presidency until his death. In these scenes, Posner gives us insight into the life of this brilliant but complicated politician and flawed family man. The excellent cast captures his fervor for diplomacy as easily as his awkward personal relationships. JQA continues through April 14th at Arena Stage. It's an intriguing show, telling its story in a novel manner that will have you longing to know more about this fascinating president. I'm Denise Pringle. Now back to the news desk.
All right. Thanks, Denise. We appreciate her thoughts on JQA at Arena. Here we go now as promised. Oh, news for seniors glasses. There you go. That's what it looks like. Gwendolyn Beck, Virginia Hospital Center gerontologist, will be presenting a lighthearted view of things seniors might encounter both in the mirror and as they move through the day. It's a fun discussion based on a book written by Emma Baxter Wright entitled 1001 Little Ways to Look Younger. This program takes place on Friday, April 5 at 1 in the afternoon at Walter Reed Community Center, 2909 16th Street South. For more information and to register, give them a call at the number on your screen there and in your ear now, 703-228-0955. Daniel.
Well, Craig, I know you're going to like this next story.
Absolutely.
The Arlington Free Clinic provides free, high-quality health care to low-income, uninsured Arlington County adults through the generosity of donors and volunteers. Nancy White, president of AFC, will provide information about the clinic, followed by a question and answer session that all takes place on Wednesday, April the 3rd. That's at 1:30 p.m. at the Aurora Hills Community and Senior Center. That's located at 735 18th Street South. To register, give them a call at 703-228-5722.
All right, Daniel, also in news for seniors, daily challenges such as opening jars can be made a whole lot easier by using just a few inexpensive tools and simple adjustments. Gail Kuttner from the Commission on Aging Supportive Services Committee will demonstrate a few devices that can reduce daily challenges. This event coming up Thursday, April 4 at 1 in the afternoon at Walter Reed, 2909 16th Street South. For registration and more information, call them at the number on your screen and in your ear now, 703-228-0955. Senor Pineda.
Well, for our final news story, or rather senior story for tonight, if you are a newly eligible Medicare or just want to know more about Medicare benefits, a certified Medicare counselor will lead an interactive session that all takes place on Wednesday. That's April the 2nd from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Human Services Center. That's located at 2100 Washington Boulevard. Space is unfortunately limited and pre-registration is required by giving them a call at 703-228-1700. And always, as always, we want to thank our own Judy Masomni for helping us out with the senior stories. We appreciate your dedication and loyalty to the Arlington Weekly News.
All right, Daniel, News for Seniors is complete, and we'll be back with a little sign-off and bye-bye, if we have time, right after some musical information on the AIM Blues. Check it out.
Hi, folks. I'm Chadwick. He's Michael Ball. Together, we're Studio B on the Arlington Weekly News, Thursdays at 8, Tuesdays at 6:30. Be there.
I already knew that.
That was Craig Nolan, also known as Chadwick, and Michael Ball, our resident blues guitarist, way back in 1987 when the Arlington Weekly News was only 5 years old. Although Craig is still with us, Michael has moved on, which is a pity. We could certainly use his blues ability these days. Here's an attempt to imitate something Michael might sing if he were here today. I'm sorely afflicted by the Arlington Independent Media Blues. I'm just the producer of the Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. And one of the problems that is driving us all nuts is the county repeatedly hitting AIM with budget cuts. And I'm sorely afflicted by the Arlington Independent Media Blues. I'm hoping folks will recognize the value of self-expression. For Arlington Independent Media allows a broad range of discretion. And the inauthentic tone of this song's an unfortunate situation, but I don't want to be accused of cultural appropriation, and I'm sorely afflicted by the Arlington Independent Media Blues. Many years ago, in the little county of Arlington, some cable TV companies came by to get some cash and have some fun. They promised a public access channel and we thought it was for real. But in the last few years they went and rearranged the deal. And I'm sorely afflicted by the Arlington Independent Media Blues. But the recent situation is so strange. For an increasing lack of funding makes us have to go out begging for spare change. And the staff is getting thinner, the equipment's getting old, and without the rent, the whole shebang could get tossed out in the cold. And I'm sorely afflicted by the Arlington Independent Media Blues. I'm sorely afflicted by the Arlington Independent Media Blues. I'm sorely afflicted by the Arlington Independent Media Blues. Please give what you can, because whether you realize it or not, there's an awful lot to lose.
Wow.
That was pretty
And I like how the
impressive.
lyrics were there so you could sing along.
Sound of one hand
Got
clap.
the blues. With both our
Thanks, Jeff,
braces.
really selling it there. That was
Yeah.
great. The Arlington Independent Media Blues.
The blues.
And remember, you know, if nothing else to do, read to your dog. You know, read them the rules. You know, no sitting on the couch because they are. What was that word? About what kind of dogs were they? I can't remember.
They're patient dogs.
Yeah, right.
I like how you have your brace on.
Yeah,
Both of us now have our braces.
This will teach me to play football catch with Jeremy. But
yeah, you can't do
thanks,
that.
Jeremy. Appreciate it. It was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, I don't intend to get a brace.
I don't get a brace. We got to wrap it up and
Brace
get out of here, I guess, pretty soon before we stumble off into total oblivion. Anything else to add? To add before we go?
I think that should do it, right, Adele?
Right, May Day. May Day's coming up in a month. April 1st is Monday. We're a little ways down the road.
We're almost there.
April Fool's.
But that's about us from here for now. So thank you all for watching this edition of Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. Next week, if you're out there, we'll try to be here or somewhere in the area, and we'll try it all again. Have a safe week and give. Bye-bye.
Donate.
Hi, I'm Hef Munson, executive producer of Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News, a program about the news, events, and interesting people in Arlington County. For more than 35 years, members of Arlington Independent Media have worked together to produce tens of thousands of hours of creative content that's local, that's useful, that's timely, and that deepens our community conversation. We believe that media can build community and bring people together. But for us to continue producing, we need your support. Arlington Independent Media is a nonprofit organization that provides the community with media production training, professional production equipment and facilities, as well as a distribution network, including a cable television channel and FM radio station. This means that our programming relies on donations from viewers such as yourselves. The easiest way to show your support is by going to arlingtonmedia.org and becoming a sustaining member. Click on the Donate button and select an amount to be automatically charged to your credit card on a monthly basis. Or make a one-time donation in any amount you see fit. No amount is too small, and all donations are tax-deductible. Thank you for supporting the AIM family, and thank you for watching. We're glad you're with us. Raise your voice.